Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Happy New Year to you all out there. I know it's January 6th today, but the first Monday after New Year's, everybody back to work, a lot of people back to school, so it actually feels like the beginning of the day. Kind of been missing connecting with you guys recently. It's been close to 2 weeks now. But anyhow, today we're just going to catch up a little bit, talk about the new year, a clean slate, and do or do not. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you go down there and hit that subscribe button and click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and come back and check out some more of my content. I'm not going to get back to doing everyday videos, but I am going to get back to doing them a little bit more often in 2020. So how's everybody doing? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, and it's okay. But have you already abandoned those New Year's resolutions yet? January the 6th might be a little too soon for that, but now I see already, even just in my little small town, I said the gym's busier than it is. January's that busiest time of the year. A lot of newbies in there. Actually, I was in a good mood the other day. I was in the gym on Friday, and this young lady come in asking an old dude for gym advice, but she saw me working out, and she was brand new, had never worked out, asked me a couple of questions. So, no, I'm always happy to help some people out, but no, I prefer the gym in February once all the newbies have kind of disappeared. But yeah, so is this going to be the year you do it, or is it going to be another year of just talking about it and putting it off? I've been reflecting the last few weeks during these holidays on 2019. No resolutions or anything. It's just, kind of trying to figure out how I kind of sunk into that fog in 2019 and just basically writing that year off. Although I'm not the same way that a lot of people do, like, oh, 2019 sucked. We have things to learn from every situation, and 2019, just kind of was a wake-up call to me. So, basically, like I say, I just want to jump. I just want to do. So, like, today has been like my January 1st, and I've been at it all day, working, getting errands done, whatever. I just want to be productive, very, very productive this year. One thing I would say is just do it. Like I say, that's a little Yoda reference there. Just do or do not. Stop talking things to death, especially things that are within your realm that are not like, you just do them. You do them. You just simply say, okay, I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and walk from point A to point B. I guess what I would say, though, is just don't put, the reason I don't like resolutions is people take these big leaps and I'm going to do this and this and this and this. They have a lot of unrealistic expectations for themselves, and then they're crushed. And then it's a failure when they don't do them. So like I said, I just try to work on correcting small aspects of my behavior, just tweaking, if you will. But yeah, just, figure a lot of this. Listen, I've talked about this a number of times in videos. Whatever I talk mostly about food. I throw a little spirituality in there, some mindfulness and whatever. But, stop talking everything to death. That's something I've noticed the last few weeks, spending a lot of time on social media, just powering down during the holidays. We discuss everything now. Or I say we, I'm just watching the conversations. But people discuss, they want to know why about everything. When it comes to the food, a lot of times, I'm not the best Instagrammer or YouTuber or whatever, because I'm not sitting around just studying this stuff to be tested on it. I figured out a long time ago when I started this lifestyle. I've read a lot of books. I've looked through a lot of information. I understand information that makes sense to me. I just can't retain it in my head, and I'm not going to always be ready for a science experiment. And that's just what it seems like. There's people who just discuss everything, where I just like to devour content. In other words, I don't want to discuss it with you. I want to read this article. I want to figure out what I can take away from it, then I move on. Then I watch this video on the subject. Boom, boom, boom. I don't need to be back and forth discussing things all day long and ad nauseum, because it's just like there's just, too much time is wasted is what I'm trying to get at. Social media, people try to come at it like the whole evils of social media. It's like any tool. It's like any tool. I got a hammer in my kitchen. That hammer can build a house, or that hammer I can hit you, I can bash your skull in and kill you with it. So it's just like, it's a tool. It depends on how that it's used. I mean, like I said, I'm using food as an example, but I can, all subjects, any subject I can think of has that same dynamic. I see people all the time going, why are you talking about this back and forth? I'll sometimes see a thread, say in a group or something, or, on a post on Twitter or something. And I'm like, why did that last more than about 15 minutes? That, maybe 4 or 5 people make a comment. And it'll literally go back and forth, and people will discuss such little minute details. And I'm like, you're wasting time. You're wasting time. Nothing's going to come from that back and forth discussion on social media where every voice is trying to be heard. You've got trolls. You've got people that are just angry. In other words, it's just chaos. You don't have, social media has its function. You can share a lot of good stuff, a lot of good ideas, but it's not the best place in the world for actual intelligent, thoughtful discussion. So yeah, just stop wasting your time. Whatever it's about, you don't need to sit around and just argue with random people that are anonymous that you don't really know all day long. I want to take off this year. Like I say, I got into a fog in 2019. It started, when I was having that stiffness and I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do, and then I started worrying about some things, which led to anxiety. So yeah, 2019 was basically useless. I didn't accomplish much of anything in 2019. It really got into my head. So I have been, just kind of planning and plotting to come out of the starting gate strong in 2020. I've got some changes coming. I've got some new things coming. I'll probably have another video in the next 2 or 3 days talking about some things I'm going to be doing this year. I may have mentioned before, I'll definitely mention it in the next video. I really, I've floated it out there before. I'd love to take a group down to Costa Rica. I guess I've just never quite found my peeps that are, that we match up. In other words, like we're a good marriage of me to take you down there, because it would never be like when I say stuff like that, whether you're a new person watching this or not, it's obviously not going to be like one of these little sanitized retreats, but also the price would reflect that. I'm not going to try to bilk you out of $3,000 or $4,000 to come hang out with the great me. But I will tell you something, this is going to sound a little cocky. I'd rather spend big bucks to come hang with Jack in Costa Rica than most of a lot of these retreat runners that you see in other places, because it ain't going to be boring. You better believe that, because remember, old Jack was not always a good boy in Costa Rica. I know all the ins and outs. We'll have a good time. No, but all seriousness, I really want to take some people down and show them my Costa Rica and the little, just the little stuff. It's not about, oh, we're going to go to this. Well, we'll go see some cool stuff, but I want to show you my little hole in the walls where I used to get my fruit, the places where you're going to see fruit that you've never seen before, the abundance of it, like that marketplace I used to go to in Alajuela. So, yeah, I'm just ready to embrace life. Like I say, I kind of got into a dark place for me, the second half of 2019. But before anybody starts worrying, a dark place for me is not that bad. It's just wasn't quite, where my normal energy level was. Not my energy level physically, just kind of my mentality. But anyhow, I'm 2020 just has a nice ring to it even. I just like that for some reason. So think of it like that, though. Everybody's got a clean slate. You woke up, you got a clean slate, and yeah, we can get into I love all the deep stuff. There'll always be the deep kid like, well, but we start over new every day, and a calendar is just things that we mark on a wall. But you know what? Unless you're living out in the wilderness, we still live within those constraints to a certain degree, unless you've just completely let go. So yes, it is just another day on the calendar, but we can use it. Clean slate, starting over. But I'll contradict myself, or not really contradict myself, but you can always start over tomorrow too. Is every day is a start to a new year. So anyhow, I just want you to be excited. Just get excited. Just do something. Just do something. That's my biggest takeaway to leave you with here. Is I've been also too caught up in paralysis of being perfect on some of the things I've been trying to do, and from henceforth I'm just going to do. I'm going to do, I'm going to do, I'm going to do, I'm going to do, which is going to mean I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. I'm going to fuck up a lot. I'm going to be like, yeah, that was wrong, that was wrong, that was wrong, that was wrong. And I don't care. I don't have time to discuss it. I don't have time to defend it. I make my mistake. I do make my mistake, or I don't, and I move on and I learn from it. No time for a lot of discussion about it. No time for dilly-dallying. Just doing, action, creating. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. I'll be back in a couple of days, so keep your eyes out. And this is actually one of my oldest designs right here, vegan. It's so much more than what we eat. Down in the description below is a link to my online store where I've got my vegan shirts. I got some yoga stuff and some other stuff, so go check it out. And I will see you guys in the next few days. Peace.